I am gonna try a little experiment and examine fights, one fight at a time, as opposed to 20 or 30 at the same time. This is to give you more informative perception of the fights ahead. Now, on Friday, 8 o'clock at the Zone from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on the 28th. It's going to be a very good fight between two top prospects of America. Well, if you call Puerto Rico as part of America, what you do is a Commonwealth, as you know. Now, Too Smooth Corey Marksman, a African American fighter who has many skills, is fluid, has a punch, is aggressive, throws a lot of punches, and he has 13 victories, one draw, with 9 KOs. Is it? That makes sense. It's 9 KOs. So that's a lot of KOs. You know, he has a good KO substantive there, and he's fighting El Capitan Christian Beretta 1500 with he has 9 KOs too. So we're talking equal firepower. Beretta is not your face forward fighter, he's a boxer puncher. So both, what I tell you, it's Too Smooth and more the fluidity. He's more a boxer than a boxer puncher. He's a boxer who can punch, as opposed to a slugger who can box, which is the Christian. Christian Pereira is a very tough guy. This is going to be a good fight. This could just go either way. I believe it could go either way. And I think the black guy is going to win. Why? Because he's a little faster. He's not a little bit. The other guy, Christian, is great if you stand in front of him, but he's not. I saw some of his early fights. In his early fights, it was pretty good. You know, he's a good fighter. Let me tell you something. And if you stood in front of him and you tried to slug with him, it was like going to meet Linda. But he's gotten a little less busy in his old age. And when I say old age, I mean he's not a kid shooting chicken. This is a make or break fight for either one of them. See, they go on to here, they win a fight, you get a ranking because they are intercontinental champions. That means they get all belt, it's nice, everybody says I'm hey, good, you got the belt. And we're gonna be rated now by the IBF or the OB2 or whatever. I have mixed emotions about all these belts and all these organizations. When I was a child, there were two of them. When I was a young adult, there were three of them, and they're propagating like rabbits. And you know, it's you know, it used to be you had well, at one point before I was born, of course, and I'm 67 years old. I look good, I think. Um, you had one champ for the whole world. Now, there's advantages to this and disadvantages to this, quite honestly. You got a lot of belts, there's a lot of opportunities for the title. And the guys could speak with pride having these nice little belts. But it sort of dilutes the ability to identify one champion when somebody says he's middleweight champion of the world. He's middleweight champion of the world, undisputed. Those days have gone. There's always going to be so many organizations because you're always because I want to set up my own organization, the the World Championship of Any, and you know, and I'm going to take a sanctioning fee. That's what they do. Anyway, now I'm getting to politics here. The Corey Too Smooth is going to be Too Smooth from El Capitan. El Capitan is going to be outwitted slightly. He's going to have his moments, but he's not going to be busy enough. The fluidity of the boxer is going to be too much for him. And I don't say he's going to get knocked out. They both are durable. I'm saying he's going to lose. That's my prediction. That's it. I'm short but sweet. We're going to do it this way. We're going to do this, you know, on our, maybe even like have the energy to, you know, to make my predictions. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm set up here, you know, it's change. Changes are coming. All right. Okay, we're going to get out of here now. Okay, well, bye-bye, everybody. I gotta get me to the dentist. I look like Appalachian Mike. Jack. Eh.